This is your Midco Sports Network game recap from Frost Arena Wednesday night. South Dakota State University's women come up 2 points short against Wisconsin Green Bay, a very good mid-major team, very good team no matter what you're talking about in women's basketball right now.
Without a doubt, this was a huge challenge for South Dakota State here tonight, and they got tested. Unfortunately, that test didn't quite go the way they wanted down the stretch.
They passed the test for about, three-quarters of the ball game. Had a bad stretch in the second half, but let's take a look at how this game got going. And South Dakota State got behind early. Green Bay came out, executed as they would like, but South Dakota State was making threes at least in that first half, Brad.
Yeah, they hit 6 of them in the first half, Tom, and that was a big reason why they had the lead at the break.
About halfway through the first quarter here, though, Mariah Claren with 2, but Green Bay led by 6 with about 9 minutes to play in the first quarter. Jackrabbits came back, and they re-grabbed the lead with about 4 minutes to go here in the first half. There's Carrie Young with the 3. She made a couple of those on the night, and again, the Jacks make 9 threes in the ball game, 6 of those coming in the first half. And Macy Miller had an excellent game, especially in the second half, but South Dakota State leads it 39-34 at halftime.
Well, they had good momentum, I think, going into the break. They had kind of overcome some things that they weren't doing well in the early part of the first half. They kind of got the game back the way they wanted it to in the early stage or the late stages of that first half, and then they really were able to carry some of that into the second half, like we'll talk about here.
Second half started very well. It's 39-35, 4 points South Dakota State lead at halftime, and each team came out, scored 10 points. It was even early on, and then the Jackrabbits went on a little spurt about midway through the second half and had a 10-point lead with just under 10 minutes to play.
Yeah, we've seen them do this to other teams at Frost Arena. The difference was tonight was that Green Bay didn't lay down once they got down 10, and they really fought back and got themselves back into this thing.
There's that inbounds by Macy Miller. She had 23 points tonight to lead the way for South Dakota State, but Wisconsin Green Bay, smart team, very talented team, and they came back, tied it up at 66, got some hustle plays like that. Tie game with about 3.5 minutes to go, and then Green Bay, they held on to that lead. That is Callie Lucan, who had a big second half for Green Bay. Here's a 3 by Megan Witashik as the Jackrabbits got back to the lead, but with a couple of minutes to go, Green Bay got to the free throw line. Macy Miller had a 3-point play to get South Dakota State back within 2, but Green Bay pulls it out 77-75. The Phoenix are now 7-2 on the season. Jackrabbits fall to 6-3.
Yeah, credit for Green Bay. They're a team that shoots the three-pointer really well. They didn't tonight, and they still found a way to win on the road, just going 2 of 14 beyond the arc.
Carrie Young, 5 of those assists there. You see 14 points and 5 assists for Carrie Young. 23 points tonight for Macy Miller. That's a new season high for her, and she's going to continue to build on that here in her sophomore season. But the Jacks just had that bad stretch of about 5 minutes in the second half that let it get away from them.
They really did. They turned the basketball over 8 times in the last 9 minutes, only made 4 shots in the last 9 minutes of the game, and you can't do that when you're playing against a really quality team like Green Bay.
All right, Jacks continue here at Frost Arena this week. They will be at home on Monday night, the 15th, taking on Middle Tennessee State. That's it from Frost Arena. 77-75, Wisconsin Green Bay over South Dakota State.